Hey, how's everyone doing this evening? I talked on YouTube about, some small towns that not very many people have heard of. Well, here's one that I'm sure a lot of people haven't heard about, Mayview, Missouri. I know a little bit more about this town than I do the other towns I've talked about almost a week ago because I used to live in this town. Lived in this town growing up from 95 up until like '04, '05. Lived in Odessa pretty much from the time I was born till 90, 94, 95. And then from 95 up until pretty much I graduated high school, or up right before I graduated high school, I lived in this town. Hello, hang on. Little town of 208 people. Here's a little bit about Mayview. Let's look at the history on it. But yeah, I can tell you a little bit about this town because I grew up there. Well, like the second part of my childhood, I did. But Mayview is a little town. It's kind of north of I-70, kind of southeast of Lexington. It's kind of west of Higginsville and kind of northeast of Odessa. But this town, I've been I've been in it and through it, even after I grew up and left home and all that. But Mayview, it's one of those towns you go through and you blink and you miss it. It's kind of like all the other towns I talked about a week ago. But it's definitely a farming community. I went to school there in third grade at the Mayview school, and then the year after I went back to Odessa schools. But Mayview is one of those little towns that really not much that goes on besides maybe car shows every year, maybe a fair. I think they got a little like camping area or campsite thing, a little, I want to say it called a bar, a post office, a park, um, a little place they work on vehicles, a grain elevator place. I think it's like MFA or something. Churches, train tracks that run through it. It's not much that goes on there. I mean, it's got a little bit more of what it did back when I was growing up there, but not by much. But it's definitely a little town. You ain't got to worry about too much crimes or anything happening because it's a small enough town. I think people look out for everyone else. But definitely a lot of farmland around it. But yeah, if anybody's ever been through it, stopped in it, lived there, or heard of it, hit the like button below, or leave a comment. I'm gonna probably talk about a couple more towns in these next 2 or 3 days, because yeah, I told y'all I was gonna talk about some of these small towns. Yeah, but yeah, Mayview's a nice little town. Like I said, I lived there for almost 10 years. It's not a bad town to live at. I mean, if you want more to do, I wouldn't suggest moving there. But if you want peace and quiet and want to live somewhere where you don't have to worry about too much like sirens, traffic, it's the place for you. There's a lot of quite a few towns close to it, like I said, Higginsville, Lexington, Odessa, um, I-70 is like literally like probably I want to say somewhere between 5 to 9 miles south of it on I-70. Yeah, I-70 is. I mean, it's pretty close as far as driving distance goes to everything. But yeah, if you want to live in a town where there's stuff to do, it's not the town. But like I said, if you want peace and quiet and not have to worry about any traffic or hardly any sirens, etc., then it's definitely the town for you. But anyways, I will be talking about a few more towns here in the next couple of days. So y'all have a wonderful evening, day, whatever, wherever y'all are at. And I will holler at y'all later.